how far the trunk stretches out. So this is, say this was like that very last parking lot that you can find. Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. As you saw from the thumbnail, I have two Hyundai right behind me today. That is 2024 all-new Santa Fe and Palisade. This certainly is the video that a lot of you guys have been waiting, and also a little Carnival or Sedona for North American markets on the background as well. And the reason why I pulled out the camera real quick is to give you the real life, real world estimation and back-to-back comparison of the two largest SUV from Hyundai look like in person. As you can see, it's not the best lighting I have here today. It's raining here in Korea. Just to be fair for Santa Fe, I gotta get started with the front look because I don't think I've seen a single person criticizing about the front look of this 2024 all-new Santa Fe, whereas I actually had a bit of with the rear design. So this is the front look. For those of you guys just checking out my channel for the first time, be sure to check out my previous video on Santa Fe. I have just plenty of them. I've already made about 6 videos on Santa Fe alone. I also have recently compared 2024 Kia Sorento facelift with this 2024 all-new Hyundai Santa Fe back to back, going over the first, second, third row seat and also all the measurements with the trunks. So please be sure to check those videos out. As you just saw from the start of today's video, both cars are pushed all the way to the stopper. And now we have the cars back to back. You have a great idea and feeler of what the cars are like in terms of the size. Do keep in mind that this Palisade is in Abyss Black Pearl, meaning that it would actually look a little smaller than it actually is, because that's what the color black does with the exterior, right? On the other hand, I have the Pebble Blue Pearl with Santa Fe. Of course, the overhang standing right next to a Palisade, Santa Fe is just completely gone. I can't find a glimpse of Santa Fe looking forward, backwards like that. Of course, the Palisade is the winner here, no doubt. Let's go this way and see what difference this one makes over here. Just trying my best to give you a perfect angle, and I am standing right on this parking line. So this is, I'm literally standing right next to the headlights, and this is the angle I get. So that is just a beautiful H logo. First seeing it with the Santa Fe. Not sure if Hyundai will give us more of that design, but this is what it looks like with, and that is what it looks like with the DRL. The dynamic welcome light is also embedded on this Santa Fe, whereas the Palisade doesn't get it, right? So let's move over a little more to the right, and distinctively standing out for the first time ever, because Hyundai does not put cars' names on the fender, but they did with the Santa Fe, saying out loud Santa Fe, and even that little portion I can already tell that this is a Santa Fe from that rigid wheelhouse, as well as the HDRL. This is really distinctive both during the daytime and the nighttime. You will know that there is Santa Fe right behind you looking through that rear view mirror. You just look at the A-pillar, the front windshield, the angle, and look at the size where they start, both of them. Even the height is much taller and larger, longer for Palisade. The Santa Fe really gets a unique and distinctive profile. Nobody would argue about that, right? At least from Hyundai or Hyundai Motor Group family thus far, because as the very designer himself called it, this is the box. Maybe Palisade came a little close to that before this debut and launch of the Santa Fe. However, that throne title is certainly claimed by 2024 all-new Hyundai Santa Fe. So both of them have quite similar wheel patterns and design, you might think. They got numerous spokes. I don't think I can count it right now, but at least over 15 spokes, including the Santa Fe. I want to say 10 spokes to play safe. And now is a good time to pause the video and count the spokes, right? As you know, if you've been checking out my previous videos on Santa Fe gets this ridiculous size of 21-inch wheels on a family SUV. Can you believe that? I'm looking at it myself, but it just find it really hard to believe. 245, 4521 for a family SUV. Just beautiful piano black cladding. A lot of people don't really like different colored cladding, especially when it's not piano black. Not many people are that big fan of just the plain plastic cladding, but at least Santa Fe got the piano black. Would have been somewhat nice if you had the choice of having that to match up with the body color, but there probably is the design factor behind and also purpose put behind, because we see a lot of those and some of those piano black accents all throughout this Santa Fe looking at the front of this car and vice versa. Also the profile and rear. Don't forget that this is the active air flap on the front, and you think there might be only one, but there's another one underneath which is hidden and is kind of not all that visible from the outside. This active flap would open and close accordingly to the condition of a car to maximize the fuel efficiency and also drag coefficient. So that will open up to cool down the car if needed. So come over this way, same thing. However, there is no active air flap on Palisade, because Palisade, as we all know, it's really overdue for a all new model, and we will see momentarily with the Palisade sooner or later. Again, not to mention the Carnival right there, not a direct competitor, and of course the price ranges are different. Of all the cars, Santa Fe is the most affordable and reliable and cost-effective car of it all. Everybody is all over this car who's been in the market looking for a family SUV, including you, right? And probably that is the reason why you're watching the video right now. I can feel the hype myself driving this car around here in Korea. People will be looking at this car. This truly is a head turner. I have people approaching me, asking me questions about, hey, is this that all new Santa Fe that just dropped? And they're like, how much is it? How does it feel like? Can I take a look inside? All of that. When it comes to the trunk, I mean, the box, that box shape, it is just crazy. Thanks to that box shape, like Santa Fe definitely can put up a fight with Palisade. If it wasn't for that design, if it wasn't for that outrageous trunk compartment, I wouldn't even spare my time making and coming up with a video. But I had just so many people asking me about it, and I know there are a lot of you guys who are curious about this, so therefore I have it for you. It's been some time we've been having this car together in the video. Drop in the comment below and let me know, which one do you like better? Is it the Palisade? Because Palisade has always been king of it all, and the flagship SUV from Hyundai, versus Santa Fe, the best selling SUV from Hyundai, and it's definitely all new, just brand new car and brand new design. So much practicality and usability when it comes to this car. A great family SUV inside out. I briefly have mentioned this in my Seltos comparison video. So to be honest, Santa Fe may not be the best looking car when it comes to the design. You know, I gotta give it to Sorento on that one. I don't know, you might argue, but Sorento seems like to have that refined, the ultimate family SUV, looking sporty and practical at some time. However, when it comes to this Santa Fe, it is a extremely swerved towards usability, practicality, and also the cargo space, no doubt, right? The front look, I mean, it really was a thing when the Palisade first came out. Nothing like that we haven't seen before. And those separated headlights from the top portion to the bottom, we first saw it with Hyundai Kona, but Palisade has just nailed it, implementing brand new language on a flagship SUV as we see right before us. But honestly, looking at these two cars back to back, I gotta say that Palisade, we really need that facelift, but I know we will be getting an all new Palisade momentarily soon. Just because I just want to give you this dynamic welcome light Santa Fe has. So it's not all that fancy with what we've seen, the ones that have the seamless horizon lamp. Santa Fe has that dynamic welcome light. Palisade don't. And sorry Palisade, I know, just wait until you get an all new. I will make you and I will give you a comparison to this Santa Fe, and over there you will just crush this car, right? Of course, you are the king of it all. So seems like that is just a brief and quick walk around, just give you a real world comparison of these two cars back to back, side by side, right next to one another. And look at this. I thought the D quarter glass was big enough for Santa Fe, but once again, just come check out the Palisade. It's much bigger. And well, there's a little gimmick that Santa Fe has over Palisade. That is a hidden type assist door handle that you can just simply grab onto it to climb up to the roof of your car, and that can actually hold up to 200 kilograms, so you don't need to worry about the car being durable. So just because we have the D quarter glass here too with the Discovery, just sitting here ready for us, I want to give you the size of the Discovery as well. Santa Fe certainly took a lot of advantage shaping, getting the exterior design of a box. Great job, kudos to Hyundai. Again, I've had many videos, I spent hours with this Santa Fe, as you guys all know, but the more I look at it, I just fall in love with this car more and more. One of the best family SUV out there in the market, and not to mention from Hyundai. This is hands down the best family SUV from Hyundai thus far. And that's also counting in the fact, the price tag, the numbers, the performance, the technology that the Santa Fe has. I did not even mention about the HDA2, LFA2, the latest tech that no other Hyundai car has gotten thus far. So once again, if you are in the market looking for a family SUV and you have torn decisions with the Santa Fe and any other SUV, I really urge you that you test drive this car and feel it to yourself, because this tailgate. All right, now you're gonna do the work for me. So stand right next to the trunk and the smart tailgate will open it up, and just look at that. This stretches out like forever. And oh, now that I have the trunks open, I did have somebody asking me about how far the trunk stretches out. So this is where it is at. So you see the parking line right here. I am standing on top of it, as you can see, looking straight up, and just look at that. I'm not even at the edge of the trunk yet. I had to move over a step, and that is how far the trunk stretches out. So honestly, throughout my test drives with the Santa Fe, I often had to check for the roof, the ceiling, and also the surroundings, because I was worried about how tight the space will be with the trunk, or if the trunk is going to touch the wall at all for that aspect. Santa Fe does let you know when you have the reverse cam with the blue guidelines telling you that the trunk is going to touch the surroundings or not, but I think it should be a little more intuitive and direct so that the people will know that it is not okay to open up their trunks. Maybe perhaps just give us the warning, or just not open up a trunk at all in the first place. Once again, beware, you are getting a trunk that's never seen before. This is gigantic, so make sure you know your parking space and surroundings. No gimmicks here. Still, the Santa Fe is touching the stopper all the way, just like this Palisade has been. And all right, so thanks for watching Cars in Korea, and don't forget to subscribe and like Cars in Korea if you did, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm actually on my way to meet 7 Concept from Hyundai, which is the concept car for Hyundai Ioniq 7 that we are about to get. And the car is just around the corner, so meet me over there. I'll show you, give you the walk around of the exterior and interior of Hyundai 7 Concept. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. This remote parking assist comes in real handy. I will just fire up the car, and once I do, I just use this button to pull the car in and out. Oh, that's forward. So pull the car backwards, and it comes in real handy. And say this was like that very last parking lot that you can find, and you can just get out of the car and pull the car backwards. Unfortunately, it does not come with the remote smart parking assist, which is RSPA, meaning that the car will also find and do the rest of the maneuvers as well to do the parking perfectly. But it only allows the car to go forward and backwards with this one right here. So this is the button again, but you just saw it. It makes a day and night difference. So that is the Santa Fe, Palisade, and Discovery in that order.